What could have been? This is a great comment to see. Let's dive into one of the franchise-defining LA Kings of all time. A guy who made his bread and butter as one of the top two-way centers in the league. A two-time Selke winner, three-time Lady Byng, and two-time Stanley Cup champion. Today we are talking about Anze Kopitar and what he recently said to Elliotte Friedman, which, in a way, gives the absolute biggest, best, boldest praise to the Montreal Canadiens. Take a look at this tweet posted by the Sick Podcast with Tony Marinaro. Anze Kopitar told Elliotte Friedman that Montreal was one place that he would have considered playing. I enjoy the city. I enjoyed playing there. Anze Kopitar, okay, it's translated from English to French, French to English, which is why it's there twice. But Anze Kopitar literally went out there and spoke out to Fried saying, yeah, have you thought about any other teams that you could have played for over the years? Probably Montreal. I enjoy the city. I enjoy playing there. If I had to pick another team, it's probably the Canadiens. Now, you can say that Anze is just missing Philippe Danault. He just wants to go back and hang out and play with that guy. Not that I ever thought that those two were super close or whatever, but hey, there already was one King that went over to LA this season. For Anze Kopitar's sake, though, of course, we understand the implications of what this season brings and what the playoffs could look like for this guy, aka literally the last NHL games that he's ever going to play. Kopitar is on the final year of a $7 million AAV contract. He had signed this contract just a few years ago after being a consistent $10 million AAV guy. Sure, you can say that Kopitar was making a lot of money in an era where there weren't too many people making a lot of money. He was definitely one of the highest paid centers, just behind John Tavares, and then you still had the Matthewses and the Marners all in there as well. But Anze Kopitar, for the most part, has deserved it, and he has been in that echelon of player where he can be making as much as he can, and nobody is going to say that it's not worth it. The guy's a few years removed. Okay, I say a few years. He's literally almost a decade removed from scoring 92 points in 82 games with the LA Kings in 2018. He has always been very consistent. He has always been super productive. This season, though, he's got 36 points in 61 games played. The NHL is fast, the NHL is difficult, and Anze Kopitar, after being the captain of this team for a decade, is finally looking towards the sunset before the end of his career. He did say that, hey, he's not looking to stop anytime soon. He wants to make the playoffs and he wants to go on a run. But as of right now, I don't think it's guaranteed that anything happens to LA in the postseason. I mean, they are tied for the last wild card right now with Nashville, but tie doesn't mean guaranteed. There are still 6 more games to go. We'll see if the LA Kings are able to pull it together. That's kind of crazy, though, isn't it? They are tied for the wild card, but they have more losses than wins this season. They're 31, 26, and 19, meaning that if you combine the losses and the overtime losses, they've lost 45 games. How in the hell does a team have 19 overtime losses to begin with? Anyways, thinking about what could have been between Anze Kopitar and the Montreal Canadiens obviously is a thought experiment that will get Canadiens fans salivating. All the ones in the replies are over here doing the exact same thing. But Anze Kopitar, if you think about this guy in his prime, heck, let's not even think about the prime conversation. Let's think about the 2 years ago conversation, because that's when Kopitar was eligible for a new contract. 2024-2025 would have been the first year of Kopitar in free agency had he gone to free agency. And if he had signed with the Montreal Canadiens in some hypothetical world, and his over point per game playoff production would have, let's just say, continued, Maybe the Montreal Canadiens have a much more difficult time getting eliminated at the hands of the Capitals in round 1. Kopitar would have been an amazing center behind Nick Suzuki, and just think about the mentorship. You know, the two-way connection, how these guys are able to see the game and the kind of guidance that Kopitar can provide to Suzuki. It's kind of interesting because we had spoken about this in the previous video. Nick Suzuki, he's compared to guys like Bergeron. He can be in the Selke conversation this year. Is he going to win it? I'd say he has a pretty good shot. Kopitar's won it twice, and Kopitar also was a highly productive National Hockey League center, scoring up to this point 1,314 total points in 20 years. Kopitar has been amazing. And thinking about what the Canadiens could have gained with his sort of leadership the past 2 seasons, obviously, that's a really great gift. Canadiens fans in the replies to these tweets are saying, hey, Kopitar should do 1 more year for a cup run and sign with Montreal this summer. It's kind of funny. I have another reply here from Habs Game Notes. We'd have 30 cups by now if every superstar that said they wanted to play in Montreal actually did. The worst part is, they chose Kostitsyn instead of him in his draft year. If I hadn't married my husband, I would have chosen you. Okay, we're not gonna dive into that. Hage, Kopitar, Demidov will feed families next year. Who'd say no? Also, what in the world is this? Lane Medov. Look at this guy's profile picture. Oh, that is so weird. That's bizarre. I am gonna go away from that, eh? Same thing like Ovechkin. Ah, man. All these gosh darn players saying that Montreal would have been an amazing place to go out there and play. Also, I just gotta do one little correction over here. Kopitar and Slavkovsky, both Slovaks. Nope, that's not correct, King VJ. That is not correct. Kopitar is from Slovenia. Not the same as Juraj Slavkovsky and Slovakia. They're 2 different countries. So, if Kopitar and Slavkovsky played together, yes, there would be a European connection, but not because they share the exact same roots and origin. But either way, I mean, Anze Kopitar is literally the best Slovenian hockey player ever, essentially. I don't think there's any debate on other players that can be in that bubble. I mean, all the other Slovenian players of the past, none of these guys are as good as Anze Kopitar, so he literally is 1 in a million when it comes to the level of success he has been able to achieve. The idea of Kopitar becoming a free agent and signing with Montreal, it just doesn't feel right. Even though I know Kopitar would provide so much value to the Habs, I kind of want to see sleeping dogs lie. I just want to see the guy retire as a king and then never suit up in the NHL again, because having him wear another jersey would be blasphemy. It's like some of these other legends of the 2010s. It would be weird to see Crosby on another team, Ovi on another team. It is weird to see Claude Giroux on another team. Kopitar, stay. Bergeron, he stayed. The Sedins, they stayed. It just feels like Kopitar is a part of that class of guys where it would feel very strange if he ended up leaving and going to somewhere else. So, with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below whether or not you think Kopitar and the Montreal connection is something that's actually worth diving into in this offseason. Kopitar revealed he would have been willing to play in Montreal, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Obviously, he's with the LA Kings, and he's probably going to finish his career with them. Thoughts in the comment section below about Kopitar and this commentary over here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.